Veuillez vous lever, s'il vous plaît. Please rise.
Bonjour et bienvenue à notre Assemblée du Gouverneur Général. The Governor General's Award is an award of distinction given to the student in grade 11 with the highest overall academic standing. For the 2019-2020 school year, the recipient was Sarit Kang Auger. It is clear to all who know Sarit that not only are her academic achievements outstanding, but also that she can be described as a truly well-rounded individual. In addition to being a writer for the Journal Étudiant, Sarit competed as a delegate of our Model United Nations team. On the athletic front, she was a member of the study swim team and was also named MVP of the senior school cross-country running team. Throughout her years in senior school, she was also a member of the concert band. La semaine passée, j'ai eu le plaisir de présenter la médaille et le certificat à Sarit. In addition to her many accomplishments, the study will remember Sarit as a kind, hardworking student with a keen sense of humor. Sarit now has some words to share with us.
Hi, I'm Sarit. I graduated from the study last year after a 5-year-long roller coaster, and I now go to Brébeuf in health sciences. When I first came to the study in grade 7, I honestly don't know what I was expecting. I came from a mixed French elementary school with almost 250 students per grade, and no uniform, and I was suddenly introduced to this community, so small yet so large. I wasn't expecting assemblies every week, overly welcoming peers, incredibly supportive teachers, and an overwhelming number of clubs I just had to sign up for. I was not expecting to develop a love for paninis and salad bars, that's for sure. I wasn't expecting any of that, but I'm so glad I did. I am so grateful for the teachers I've had at the study. Miss Papa Mihalakis made me discover my love of playing music with others. Madame Joujou made me fall in love with math, and Miss Palumbo introduced me to the joys of exploratory labs. I don't seem to get any these days. All of my teachers throughout the years have pushed me to work my hardest and to develop skills that I never knew I had, which I still use in my current classes. It's honestly 100% thanks to them that I haven't gone insane this year. I miss you. I also need to thank my friends from the bottom of my heart. They dragged me out of my shell in grade 7, and even if they can't watch this right now because of an online lab, one of the joys of being homeschooled, they honestly need to know that they're the reason I'm here. Sure, trying to figure out a math problem on the phone at 11 p.m. the night before a test might not sound healthy, and it's not, but I would do it again. So treasure your friends. They will keep you sane. If I have any advice for you, whether you're in grade 7 or 10 or whatever, it's to take care of yourself. Definitely don't panic over a bad grade, because that's basically like obsessing over a single rock on a vast beach. What's the point? Besides, every bad grade I've received this year has only succeeded in doubling my determination. So don't let a number bring you down. And if you think you have a case of senioritis, push through it. It may not go away, but there's no need to dwell on it. So anyway, thank you so much for this award. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so have a good day.
Merci bien, Sarit, d'avoir partagé tes pensées avec nous. On est tous fiers de tes accomplissements. Without a doubt, you will continue to have a positive impact on all those who have the good fortune to know you. On behalf of the study, we send our congratulations and hope that you will return to share your future adventures with us.
Thank you, Ms. McInnes, and congratulations again, Sarit. We now have Leah Milner talking about Denim Day coming up.
Hi everyone. So as some of you may not know, in 1997, the Cure Foundation inaugurated its main fundraiser called Denim Day on May 11th, which is to raise money for breast cancer awareness and to help fight back from breast cancer. We encourage all of you to wear your favorite denim on this day, and your generosity is always encouraged.
Thank you, Leah. We now have Mr. Fitzpatrick, who will be speaking about the Right for Justice competition.
Hello. So every year, the students at the study participate in the Barreau de Quebec's Right for Justice competition. This year, in Secondary 4, we had 3 students finish in the top 10, receiving special commendation. They were Sabine Maz, Gabriella Issa, and Beatrice Ivanovici. Congratulations to all 3. Great job, and thank you.
On a maintenant une présentation de la classe de la 4e année.
Welcome to grade 4. What an unusual year this has been. All the changes due to COVID-19 has sometimes kept us confused or knocked us right off of our feet. But always being resilient, we have learned to go with the flow.
Our year started off with a bang as our crazy teacher showed us some science experiments.
Next up was learning about the Middle Ages. We started a feudal system in our classroom and even trained our knights. We ended up with a mock of battle at a tournament.
Next, we explored the stock exchange by playing a game where we bought and traded stocks. Dans la classe de français, on a écrit des poèmes.
Bonjour, les filles de 4B ont écrit des textes qui commencent par « Et si j'étais ?» En voici 2 exemples.
Un arbre. Et si j'étais un arbre, mes feuilles flotteraient dans le vent. Je bougerais côte à côte avec mes amis à côté de moi. Les oiseaux s'assoiraient sur mes branches et feraient des nids dans mes feuilles. Je serais un grand arbre, un arbre puissant comme un tronc coincé dans le sol. Un arbre qui peut battre n'importe quoi. Il y a ce qu'il faut pour protéger ses amis, qui vivent dans ses branches et dans ses feuilles. C'est aussi un arbre qui accueille les animaux comme des amis.
Et si j'étais un petit oiseau, je volerais très très haut, au-dessus des maisons, des arbres et des nuages. Je me percherais sur une branche bien étendue, dessous des feuilles qui me donneraient de l'ombre. Je fabriquerais un nid pour mes petits, avec des petites branches, des feuilles très longues et des petits bouts de sac en plastique. Et si j'étais un petit oiseau, je volerais très très haut, au-dessus des montagnes pointues, des fermes toutes brunes et des jungles sauvages. Et si j'étais un petit oiseau, je volerais très très haut.
One of our favorite activities was the Greek mythology banquet. Each one of us dressed up as a different characters, and Miss Anne was Zeus. This year, we also created ads for products that our characters might have endorsed. Enjoy!
Your soul belongs to me.
All you do is take 2 pieces of fabric, put the needle on top, and voila!
If I take this leaf and just put it inside, it will become wine. Let me drink some of this.
Ugh! I can't even shoot this deer. And just because of the god's curse, I can't even control my hands. What's wrong? I'm pretty sure you know.
Were you ever rudely disrupted on a beautiful hunt by your grumbling belly? I'm hungry. Then I've got just the thing for you.
Oh, why thank you, random stag.
Munchies.
Well, here's what I got for you. Rather than carrying around this super huge trident, I got these super duper itty bitty tridents. They come in a pack of 10 and there's 3 ways to use them.
Do you ever feel like this? I've been working all night. I'm so tired. Everything's fine.
Hey, Hermes! Do you see Harry around?
No. The coast is clear. Yeah. Let's go.
Haha, my plan's working. They are tracked.
You, let's go back home.
Zeus! Unlike all the other trashy companies, we don't just leave your deliveries in front of your doorstep.
And if you think getting your mail in one day is quick, we give you yours in 30 seconds.
Learn more at www.hermanmail.com. Together, we will mail it.
Merci les filles. We now have the winning speeches for the junior and senior school public speaking competition.
So our first speaker today, Elia Sierra Veilleux from grade 7A.
America is another name for opportunity, said by Ralph Waldo Emerson. America, to me, is freedom, said by Willie Nelson, or the land of the free, from your very own national anthem. What is the common theme of these quotes? Freedom. You humans always talk about how everyone deserves to be free, but do you really mean it? What about us? What about the animals you keep locked up in zoos? Before we begin, I would just like to thank the chefs who served tonight's dinner. The raw meat was amazing. Anyways, as king of the jungle, I'm here to convince you, government of the United States, to abolish your zoos. You are the most powerful government in the world, and I know that if you were to abolish your zoos, other countries would start doing the same. If any of you oppose, hear me out. Being held in captivity causes animals mental stress and physically damages us. Do you think it's healthy for us to be in these tiny environments? For example, the typical polar bear enclosure is 1 million times smaller than their natural habitat. Also, when management is focusing on housing more and more animals into their zoos, space becomes less important, and the zoos get filled with animals within a walking distance. When people are put into cells, it's called a prison. But when animals are put into cages, it's somewhat normal and entertains people. Speaking of entertainment, why do you keep us here? To entertain? Educate? Well, a recent study by the Society for Conservation Biology found that out of over 2,800 children who surveyed after their visit to the London Zoo, 62% show no positive learning outcome, which is higher than the majority. I have not seen any management put its time into learning the origins of the animals they hold captive. They throw us in cages, and that's that. So here's my proposition. If you abolish your zoos, you can keep and build more sanctuaries as long as the animals who are there need help, are released back into the wild once healed, and are treated with care. Wouldn't that teach people more about animals than seeing them locked up in some cage? We are not your prisoners. Roaming freely is in our DNA. We deserve to live our lives in our natural habitat and just be wild. I mean, it's called wildlife for a reason. We promise that if you let us go, we'll stay out of your way, as long as you stay out of ours, meaning that you shouldn't enter my territory unless you want to be my dinner. We animals want our freedom back. I would just like to end by saying, I hope this speech was a roaring success. Thank you.
And our final speaker this morning is Ms. Joanna Argites. Welcome, Joanna.
These past 12 months have been the best 7 years of my life. Even though it's been a rough time for you humans, personally, I've benefited from lots of walks every day, the whole family home together all the time. It's great. Why would you ever want anything else? And yes, I know this quarantine is a consequence of a viral pandemic, and don't be surprised that I know this. I watch TV with the kids all the time. But these past few months have made us the closest we've ever been, and all you want to do is scatter, leaving me behind? How'll I ever live without you? Well, I just hope that once all of this is over, you won't forget about your little house pet. Wasn't tonight great? It really, really was a fantastic family meal. Well, thank you for the food. It's amazing how the same kibble, day after day, just keeps on getting better. All joking aside, it does taste better when we're all here together. And I want to especially thank the kids for sneaking me scraps under the table. You know, it's so nice that all of us sit around the dinner table after eating, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you, my family, about one of my fears. What happens next? What happens when things go back to normal? When no one's at home anymore? When no one stays around after dinner? And what happens to all those dogs adopted during this pandemic, when their families realize that once things get back to normal, they don't have the proper lifestyle to take care of their dogs? I was one of the lucky ones, got a second chance with a second family, with you. But a lot of my other companions at the shelter weren't as lucky. Adoption rates for pets in 2020 had skyrocketed. So much so that dog breeding has become a very big industry because, well, demand for canine companions has never been higher. Yes, more homes for dogs is a great thing, but let's not forget that historically, animal shelters are housing pets other people abandoned. How do you think I got there? They were running at 80 to sometimes even 90% capacity, with only about half the dogs they received getting adopted into new families. How do you think I got there? What happens when things go back to normal and people can't take care of their dogs? I lose 3 to 4 of my 10 naps every day thinking about how many of my fellow pups will be shipped back. And this could mean the filling up of SPCAs at the time when people are no longer looking to adopt. So what happens to them? This is why I wanted to talk to you, my family, about this. I know you feel as if you're on a leash during this quarantine, and trust me, I know. But I worry when I hear you say things like, oh, I wish we could go out more, or I wish we could leave the house and meet other people. Well, I wish you would all just pause for a moment and appreciate what we have. And frankly, when you say these things, it hurts my feelings. Look, I enjoy the present with my whole heart, but I worry a great deal about the future, both for me as well as every other dog out there. Some young pets adopted during this quarantine will experience separation anxiety when left alone, while others will be forced to waiting at the door for hours on end for their owners to come back. And as sad as this may sound, those may be the lucky ones. Others, once people realize that they can't take care of their dogs, will be sent back to animal shelters or be completely abandoned, which is an incredibly unfortunate reality. I know you won't do that to me because I was here well before this pandemic ever hit, and you have shown nothing but love for me. But please, don't let things go back to the way they were. I used to spend more time alone with the kitchen appliances before this pandemic. But you know what? I'm part of this family too. I hope that the new normal might encompass more work-life balance. I hope that families and owners realize the joy that a dog can bring into their lives. It's often said that a dog is the only thing that loves you more than he loves himself. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for giving me a happy home and a happy life. And I hope that all dogs adopted during this pandemic will continue to be living with their families long after all this is over. Thank you.
Congratulations, Elia and Joanna. You did amazing. We now have Ms. McInnes for some final words.
Merci, Sarah. Congratulations as well to both Elia Sierra Vieux and Joanna Argitas for representing the study so well at the QAIS public speaking competition, and to Joanna for receiving first place at the senior level. Bravo, Joanna. There is so much happening in these remaining weeks of school at the study. To name a few, the senior school play is coming up, as well as student council elections and sports day. Merci d'être venu aujourd'hui et d'avoir participé à cette assemblée spéciale.